Courtroom language. A rape trial is a microcosm of society's attitudes about sexual behavior and relationships between men and women. Consent, or whether the person said to have been raped agreed to have sex, is mostly a question of communication, and by extension, how language is used. By examining how people use language, you can figure out how power works in the courtroom. Linguists are interested in what the judge and jury say to each other in court. In the U.S., a woman had to resist to the fullest for an unwanted sexual act to be seen as rape before the 1950s. The need to be legally watertight has caused some instructions to be hard for most people on the jury to understand. According to Chris Heffer, jury instructions should be given early in the trial and repeated. Heffer says the model should be a teacher explaining something hard to a group of students. Research shows how the law is explained to the jury can affect how they decide the case. Different ways of putting things affect how the jury decides can lead to a higher or lower rate of convictions. California Judicial Code Instructions on Reasonable Doubt. It's not just a possible doubt because everything that has to do with people can be questioned in some way, real or imagined. It is when the jurors still don't feel sure the charge is true after comparing and thinking about all the evidence. Evidence beyond a reasonable doubt proves the charge is true. Still, it doesn't have to eliminate every possible doubt, because there are doubts about everything in life, real or made up. Legal language reform. Linguists have studied legal language and tried to figure out why it works the way it does. Peter Tiersma traces the history of our legal system back to 1066, when William the Conqueror took over England. In 1485, when Henry VII beat Richard III at the Battle of Bosworth, he made many changes to the law. Because of these changes, laws and parliamentary debates are now in English. Legal structures and phrases like habeas corpus and mens rea are some of the common examples of the legal language used today. One cynical explanation is that the legal field wants the language to stay complicated and hard for regular people to understand. On the other hand, specialized words and the way they are used allow for the precision needed in a legal setting. He says that the modern will needs names, addresses, and a level of detail that wasn't there in the old will. Gibbons, I give, devise, and bequeath is in his own will, but it could certainly be changed. Conclusions. The legal and judicial systems depend on language. Language experts can use their skills to help, criticize, and try to change things. Forensic linguistics is a field of study and work that covers a lot of ground. Psychologists are also interested in how the courtroom works and how people interact with each other. They can study courtroom language to learn more about these things.